Is it true? I would like to hope so. But in the end, it really doesn't matter because that's not the focus of the story. The whole focus of the story of the three magi was that these strangers, whatever visions that they had, whatever signs that they had, whatever methods that they used, these three people were able to see the birth of a king. They were able to notice that something of great importance was happening. And using the customs that they did at the time, they made a state visit. They came to see what was going on. On the opposite side are the Jewish people, Herod, the king, the Sadducees, the Pharisees at the time, the people who were supposed to know better, who were supposed to be looking out for the Messiah, waiting for God's return. They didn't see it. Instead, they had to do their homework and go look it up. And Herod became jealous and envious and vengeful. You know the story after the three kings. Herod sends out the soldiers to kill the holy innocents, all those children between 1 and 3 years old. The Magi, if history tells us is accurate, knew that Jesus was coming at least a year and a half. The star was there. Herod didn't. The Jewish leaders didn't. For our meditation then, what I'd like you to think about is this. God proclaims His presence among us in various ways. Are we like the three magi who notice the Lord and offer thanks and offerings? Or are we like Herod and the Jewish leaders at the time who want to ignore the signs in front of them and focus on themselves? It's very easy to be Herod. It's very easy to say, I don't want things to change. Or God does not act in that way. He's supposed to act this way. Or, I have lots of time. This is modern society. We don't look at old-fashioned things like that. It's very easy to be Herod. It's very easy to be the Jewish leadership like it was then. I go through it all the time, unfortunately. I'm a priest. I went to school for this stuff. How can you tell me because I know better? I'm the expert here. You're not. So don't tell me what God is doing or not doing. If I don't even listen or look at what you're trying to say, I'm Herod. Father, the right way was what we used to do. The way that's now, God doesn't work this way. It's those people just trying to make things different. Father, church is just something that's something we do. How do we know God is there? It's very easy to be Herod. But may we be like the wise men and look at what's going on in our lives, in the lives of our community, and the lives of our world. God is showing Himself to us. Do we see the light? Or are we blind by our own sinfulness and selfishness. Let us open our hearts, our minds, and souls and follow the light that God shines on this earth. And hopefully, like the Magi, we will be led to the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, Emmanuel, God with us.